The king's back. 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 The king's back.
Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to my live stream. I am the actual King Smith, and this is a Monday morning video where I'm gonna come on and chat a little bit before I get to my job here. As there was some stories that came up over the weekend. Well, one particular story that's going viral that everybody's talking about, and another one it was just a thought that I had is there was a content creator that to me is doing some obvious scamming, and I'm trying to figure out what makes people do the things that they do. So I just wanted to come on, get this off my chest this morning, see if anybody had anything to add to the conversation, and hope everybody's having a good day. Let's see, we got some comments early this morning. Let's see who's in the building. Shout out to Jason Washington said, "What you doing this morning?" Hey man, we live. We live up in this thing and said, "Want me to join the Rampage topic? I have a lot to say." You know what? Yes, I will do that. I'll do the first segment that I'm going to get out early first, and then we'll end on the Rampage topic because I have a solid 35 minutes to be able to stream today. So hang on. I'll shoot you the link here right now, but uh take I'll tell you when to join so that you know when I'm going to shift over to the Rampage topic. It'll be actually pretty quick. And for me to be able to do this live, I got to send you the code over Facebook Messenger. So check your messenger, Jason. I sent you the code, but I'll tell you when to join. Give me about 10 minutes to cover the first topic, but I'd love to actually have you come on when we get to the Rampage topic. So the first one that we have here is I'm trying to figure out what makes people do the things that they do. So I'm going to show this person on the screen here and see if I can bring this up. Make sure that I'm also sharing the sound. So there's this content creator. Let me change that. Swap that this way. Here we go. There's this content creator, West Indy collection, right? A young chocolated woman who has her own channel. She has a lot more subscribers than me, but when you realize her background, you'll kind of understand why. She became, I'm not going to say viral, but she was a part of a viral video of this guy that does street interviews of homeless people in Atlanta. I believe this person's channel is aptly called Atlanta Street Interviews. And this guy has made a pretty decent following and some change off of interviewing people on the streets of Atlanta about their story, primarily homeless people. And West Indie Collection was one of those people that was on the video because people saw her and they saw her looks. Like, I'm gonna see if I can come in here and find a particular post where it's just a photo. And they see her and they see what she looks like and they go, okay, wow, like why is this person homeless? Well, when you take a look and you dig a little bit deeper into her background, you might want to say that this particular person is a couple of screws loose, or what's the saying, a couple of cans short of a six pack, and it's just used to scamming people. Now, I wish I would have put her on the cover and see if she would have came up to my channel to defend herself, because she'll have all of these posts, right, of her and of her kids. Like this one's titled "Spend a Day with Me Doing Instacart and DoorDash." She has one seeing a therapist. Another one here where she says like life as a cleaner, and I believe she does different odds and end jobs using her body. Which, hey, look, do what you got to do. I'm not against that at all, but doing that to earn her living, right? So if you can't read between the lines, showing up and either doing nude cleaning or cleaning in some type of like lingerie, right? Again, I have no issues with that. Get your hustle on. Okay. Um, a month ago, I'm pressure with a nice black dress. And what type of purse is this? Is this like a Coco Chanel purse? Whether it's real or not, okay, this is the type of life that she's purporting that she's living. Yet you come here and let's go find a couple of videos down where she's taking a Miami cruise. Come with me to Miami before a cruise to Bahama with her and her kids. Okay, going on a cruise together. Fast forward a couple of videos later, I'm pregnant, which is this one right here, where she's announcing that she's pregnant and apparently showing. Few videos after that, I need help. And she's getting men and people to watch her content. She blows up the scent wolf whistle, and people are responding. 8-week pregnant Sheen swimwear haul. 1.6K views of her trying on swimwear and people seeing it. And then let's see. There was one of the videos where she had on here where she was telling her mom that she's pregnant, and I believe that it's this one here. And her mom's like, "Don't bring another mouth into this world." So you find out a little bit more about her. Not only is she pregnant, but she's pregnant. The kids, the um soon to be kid's father is apparently active and in her life, but she doesn't really show much about him. The mom doesn't like him. He seems to be like an older Pookie type dude where he has like several other kids by several different people, and he just added this to his Infinity Stone collection. But these are the people that are out here that are wasting resources, that are, I'm just gonna say, kind of like a waste of space. Because she did have a GoFundMe, which, yep, it's right here. And let me see if I can click this GoFundMe and see if anybody has donated. So she has a GoFundMe now, which is insane when you think about it, because she's saying that she's engaged to this guy. So you're engaged to this person where you have a GoFundMe and you're not even talking about the dude, right? The GoFundMe says, help prevent homelessness for a pregnant mother and two boys. Be the first to donate. So she put this out here yesterday and nobody has donated. That I am so thankful for that. There is hope for humanity. Hello, I'm reaching out on behalf of me and my boys. I'm currently pregnant. I had got behind on rent, car payment, childcare, and other bills. I'm trying to prevent becoming evicted, car getting repoed, and facing homelessness again. My line of work recently has been gig work, and I'm a content creator. It's hard getting resources in Atlanta, long wait lists of deadlines, including financial rental assistance. I don't really have family. No, she does. In one of her videos, you can hear other grown adults talking in the background. She was talking with her mom about the whole pregnancy thing, even featured her mom on the video, but she covered her face off. But if you didn't know that, right? And this is just the reach of the scam is it's great. Excuse me. I don't have family or anyone who could help us in this time of need. So that's why I'm reaching out on my platforms for help. It's ridiculous. I know that there are amazing people in this world and hope that they will find it in their hearts to help me and my boys. It's ridiculous that she thinks that she could just get out here, blow the simp wolf whistle, show off her figure, and people are just going to respond by just donating. Absolutely insane. Let's see. Jason said, "You're watching while you're eating lunch." Hey man, I appreciate you tuning in. What time is it in Germany over there? Let me know. Got a couple of people on Kick said I followed you, follow me back. Hey VMAC, if you are a real person, I will follow you back. Absolutely. Jason said, I met a lot of sexy homeless ladies in New York City. Hey, New York City homelessness is interesting because I heard a comedian say this once. They said that there's never really a homeless woman unless they have tainted lower regions. So if you are a homeless lady, it's because nobody wants to deal with you. You likely have a stank attitude and a stank lower region, and that's why nobody wants to deal with you. Because I mean, really think about it. How many homeless women do you actually see out on the streets? Matter of fact, let's just go to Chat GPT. Let me bring up Chat GPT, and I'm going to restrict it to the US. So this is using Chat GPT 5. Can I share this? I can't share my Chat GPT screen because then y'all will get the secret sauce. What's the ratio of homeless men versus homeless women in the US? And let's see what ChatGPT says. What's the ratio of homeless men versus homeless women in the US? Okay. According to the 2024 HUD annual home, let me see if I can share this. Let me see if I can share this. Let me see if it blocks out what I needed to block out. Doggone it. It doesn't block out what I needed to block out. Uh, can I close this part? Yes, I can. Okay, great. I can close the sidebar. Okay, this is perfect. I like this. I like this. Chat GPT working for me. All right. I hope y'all can see this on the screen here. Let me make it bigger. That's what she said. Um, no, I can't without doing an update. And I don't want the update to mess up what I got going on right now. 2024 HUD Annual Homelessness Assessment Report. 68.4 of homeless individuals identified as men, 30% identified as women, and the remaining 1.6% identified as transgender, non binary, or selected more than one gender category. And according to the American Institute for Boys and Men, a summary of the point in time count estimates is roughly 60% men and 40% women on any given night in 2024. Okay. Wow. So basically 6 out of 10 and 4 out of 10, which huh seems kind of high for the ladies on my side. And why do I say that? Before we get to the rampage topic, so Jason, get ready to go ahead and join. I was just in Los Angeles this past weekend. I actually went to Ontario for a convention. And when I looked around and you drive through LA, LA's different. Los Angeles and Southern California is just different by anybody's measure. And when you get to some of their streets, right? Depending on what areas of Los Angeles that you went to, like Los Angeles is huge, first of all, but South LA, the homelessness that you would see was staggering to me. What was even more staggering is some of the engineering of these unhoused people. I saw cardboard mansions essentially on some of these places. There was one street where it was almost like a cardboard city, if you will. You saw um economies going on, you saw trade happening, you saw people socializing on this homeless main street, if you will, where there was I'm gonna just call it Cardboard City. It was Cardboard City along this main street, and I'm just driving down it like Los Angeles is allowing this. Now, what do I mean by that, King? Homeless people should have a need to exist, and I'm like, you know what? That's true. That's true. However, it does not look good. There is no way that you would catch me walking down that street at any particular time. I'm avoiding it like the plague. And if I have a business, I'm not putting any businesses anywhere near a 5-mile radius of where that homeless encampment was. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody shooting up in broad daylight as I was driving by. Matter of fact, it was a circle of people, and I know one of them was shooting up. So, ugh, I just this lady West Indie connection. I'm not buying that she's homeless. I'm not buying that she doesn't have any options. I'm buying that she's likely used up all of her resources because she's a user and has ran out of help. That's just what I see. And I've also rarely seen an attractive homeless person. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. If you are an attractive homeless woman, you've got more options than the average person. All right, Jason, if you are ready and you've got the link, man, come on, because we're now going to get into the Rampage Jackson story here with the remaining 20 something minutes that I have left on this live stream. So while I wait for you to join, let's see what we got here. Jason Washington said, in the 80s and the 90s, the same women would go to church. Yep. And a church man would take her and the kids. Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly how it went down. They would run themselves ragged in the streets, living their best life, and then find redemption in the church with a church simp. Tale as old as time. It's still happening, just on a smaller scale. And really, I think that people that are born around my time, they're a little bit more open to the scam now than they were back then. You might catch an older dude falling for it. You might catch an older dude falling for it, but not anybody under the age of 40. Mariana Lopez over on Kick, shout out to you, said, "Hey yo, what are you doing right now?" I am doing a morning stream there, Mariana. I appreciate you tuning in. If this is your first time, thank you for tuning in. If there's a like button on Kick, do me a favor, hit that like button. If there's a like button on whatever platform that you're watching on, hit that like button. All right, Jason, I need to see if you got the link, my man, so that you can join here as I am waiting on you while we get ready to cover the Rampage Jackson story. So while we Raja Jackson, that's Rampage's son. So I'm gonna bring up Jason when he comes on board. But while he does that, while he comes up, I'm going to give a little bit of a background into what we're talking about now. So Rampage Jackson is a former, because I don't think he's had any fights here recently, mixed martial arts fighter. And the guy is a whole character. He's going on a couple of different live streams and podcasts talking about uh his lifestyle and things like that. I don't think he's married, but I know he has um several different kids by several different people because some of his kids are Japanese, like half Japanese, half black. And some of his kids I think he's had with another African American woman. Right. So that's a little bit of his background. Let me see if I can get him up on the screen here. Um, and he'll go on. He has his own kick channel, and he's pretty popular there. All right. So Jason said he's trying like hell to get restreamed to allow the camera to open. All right. Well, I'll be standing by while you do. But Rampage Jackson, so that you can see what he looks like on the screen here, had this comment that he said about his kid Raja, well, really all of his kids, but this was a couple of weeks ago before we get into what happened um just the other day. So let me get this up on the screen here, figure out how to share this, make this bigger. Actually, I think I downloaded the video. Let's go local video. Let's see. Nope, I don't have it downloaded. So let's do it live here. Can I? I can't download it. Dang. All right. So we're gonna do this a little bit different. And then share screen, share audio, and we're gonna play what Rampage said about his sons to give a little bit more context into um what people are talking about now.
Rogers and his oldest son whole life. I knew them two wasn't going to college, and my two Japanese kids, I knew that it was going to college, so I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids.
All right. So in this, he's having a conversation, and this is his kick channel. He's trying to be like a kick ambassador, which is smart. And he does a lot of IRL, which is in real life streams on his kick channel. And he's wild. He's wild. He says whatever he wants to say. He's got this cocky, masculine personality, and he has a pretty decent following on Kick. Let me see if I can check out his Kick follow. But in this video, he's talking about how he's put back money for tuition for his kids for college because his Japanese kids are going to go to college, whereas um his other kids, his African American kids, aren't. And I'm looking at his Kick channel. He has 104,000 followers on Kick. All right. So let's finish where. So here the distinction in how he talks about the money that he paid back for college tuition for his Japanese, his half black, half Japanese kids versus Raja and I guess his other son.
And bail money for Roger and his brother.
So I'm gonna play that back.
Uh, college tuition for the two Japanese kids, and bail money for Roger and his brother.
He said, I've put back college tuition, and this is a few weeks ago. Apparently, this was said a couple of weeks ago. Um, where he set aside college tuition for his two Japanese sons and bail money for Roger because he knew he was going to jail and not college.
Don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
If he go to jail, I'm just gonna bail him out. And there's that statement right there. I'm not gonna say it pisses me off, but there's a lot about that statement too that I just don't like. Now, why don't I like that statement? Because what I'm about to play, I can't play the whole video because of YouTube terms of service. But there was an event, a pro wrestling event, in which um Raja Jackson was doing a IRL stream, and I couldn't find this part of the video just before the live stream, so I'm just gonna have to explain it. A lot of the wrestlers were backstage, and Raja Jackson has its camera person following him. right? And he's interacting with a lot of these pro wrestlers. And there was a prop can where the wrestler Psycho Stu thought that Raja was going to be a part of it. He thought that Raja was, oh, he's in the life. He's going to get this gimmick. And he took this wrestling can and he hit it upside Raja's head, right? As part of like a wrestling stunt thing. Now, later on, Raja didn't realize, I'm sorry, Psycho Stu didn't realize that Raja didn't really know a part of the wrestling game like that. And then there was a conversation in which they came up and apologized to each other. So I have that video and I'm going to play that one here so that y'all can see that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, but they made up for it.
I apologize.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I just thought you were camera.
I get it. We're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat. So I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
So right there, that Psycho Stu was the person sitting down, and that was the person that I guess I couldn't find this video prior to the live stream, but he saw the cameras. He thought that, oh, maybe this guy's a part of this wrestling circuit, right? So let's give him a show. And he took the beer can prop, hit it upside Roger's head. Later on, found out that Roger wasn't really a part of the whole wrestling circuit thing. And this is them having to sit down, apologizing, and even saying, hey, let's work this into the show later on.
I thought you were camera.
He said, I thought you were a worker. I saw the cameras. I didn't know.
I get it. We're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat. So
okay. So that was them sitting down, having a conversation, and it seemed like everything was cool. Shout out to Dakio25 over on YouTube. I appreciate the comments. And Jason, I see what you said. You made a 2-minute video message on Rampage. Maybe you can play it and respond to my message. Okay, I think I'll be able to do that. So that's the video right there of after where they sat down and apologized, and then you get to the one that everybody's talking about. And again, I can't play the entire video because of YouTube terms of service, but right here is the one where he just went off and went crazy. And I gotta forward it a little bit. Let me pause it right there. Okay, here we go. So this is Rampage Jackson, and this is the aftermath of what happened. Oh, let me unmute it. So he was sitting courtside. This is Psycho Stu right here in a match, and Raja jumps in.
Do a simple wrestling skit. You're just supposed to body slam the guy in front of him and pull some of his punches. Since he slams him down.
So he slams him down right there, and I have to be careful about finish playing this part.
Instantly knocks out.
And while the guy's on the ground knocked out, he just starts pummeling him. And I can't play this part because of YouTube terms of service. So he starts wailing on him, and I mean hardcore. And people were sitting and watching, initially thinking it was a part of the skit. But then once they see blood coming from this man's head, that's when wrestlers and other people stepped in and kind of controlled the situation. Okay. And let me fast forward to about right here.
Him. And it seems like the only reason.
So other people start stepping in like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like this went too far. Okay, here we go. This video actually has the beer can crush incident. So right here, let's play it.
Don't know me?
hell no. Yeah.
Hey, hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't sell it? He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking.
So if you heard him say he's gonna sell it, meaning that he was trying to create a show. Psycho Stu is this guy here. He's a wrestler. And Raja took this as disrespect. Like, whoa, Stu didn't realize he's not part of the pro wrestling world. He's a streamer.
Bro, what the fuck was it? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro. Oh, sorry. Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. We're good.
I will fuck.
But it turns out that the dude fully apologized after the confrontation and even asked Raja if he would like a fake angle in the wrestling match.
I apologize.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I just thought you were at work first.
So now that's Psycho Stu, guard down, a lot of the wrestlers in the back, right? Like, wrestling is entertainment. I hope y'all know that. Wrestling is entertainment. They don't actually hate each other. They do a lot of coordinating and things like that. And depending on whatever circuit, there's a script. But this is them, apologizing. And I showed this video.
I get it. We're working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, too. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So to then go back to this, where he's pummeling this guy,
It starts bleeding.
makes no sense. I mean, he starts welling on him hard. And then later on, I don't know how much I can play because he says some things that words that I'm not sure I can play. Let me see if I can play this.
With me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking.
Yeah, I can't play his rant because he goes off. He goes off on a rant. All right. And let's see. I think. Nope. Jason didn't join. Okay. So that is what happened. He should go to jail for this. Like, there's no way a prosecutor can see this. And within the I'm not sure exactly what charges, because our legal system to me is so screwed and so jacked, so much of a gray area that it is ridiculous to me. Now, Rampage, while this was happening, I got to be careful about playing this video too, because there's music in the background. Rampage saw the kick.
You saw it? Let me see it.
Broke his face.
Hey, is he gonna get banned for it?
So he said, is he going to get banned for it? Meaning banned from kick for what he did. And whoever he's talking to in the background, and this other person is Sneeko. He's some type of I don't even know how to classify Sneeko. He's a content creator that gets a lot of people talking because he says and does some controversial stuff. So that's who Sneeko is. That's who the other person is. That's sitting right next to Rampage. And this is Raja's dad. And he goes, is he going to get banned for it? And whoever he's looking at that's standing up is like, he might get a little bit more than that, meaning jail time.
That's really bad?
That's what Chad was saying. They said it was bad.
So he goes and he looks. And I have to be careful because of the music in the background. Yeah, I might not be able to finish playing this with the music. So he's looking at it. And there's a point where he says something. And I'm going to see if I can capture what he said without having the music play. So he sees it and goes, oh, no. Let me see if let's just let that play without the music. And look at his facial expression. He's like, oh, now that right there pisses me off because look at his reaction and how he's watching his son just go off on this guy. Where he's kind of like, oh man. Whereas if that was the opposite way around, if he's watching somebody go off on his son, he's standing up right now and he's getting in his car if he's local to them, and he's going to go and try and whoop somebody's ass immediately for what they did to his kid. But watching his kid do it to somebody else, he's just sitting down, chewing gum, watching it like, this sucks. And that right there, I'm not sure what that phenomenon is, right? Where, you can see something happening to somebody else, but because it's not happening to you, you're like divested of the situation. And that was one of the things that I wanted to highlight because Rampage had this weak ass apology, and I'm gonna see if I can find what he said in the apology real quick before we call the stream a night. And Jason, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go and see your video. But I want to read what Rampage wrote about what he said. All right, here we go. I found it. So share screen. Let's get over here. Rampage wrote the file. Oh, I can have more than one video up. Hey, I didn't know that about Restream. I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler, Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring, and I thought that it was a part of the show. It was bad judgment and work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. No, you're not. No, you're not. This is this is a lie. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for that situation. Jason said, first of all, Rampage didn't write this at all. Man, 100%. Well, I don't know, because the way that the grammar is in here, uh, he could have written this. This is bad grammar. This is horrible grammar, actually. So he actually could have written this statement here that I'm reading. Okay. Um I have one more I have one more video to this because there's some propaganda now going around and people want you to know this about the man. They want you to know who this Psycho Stu is and
Pro in 2009. I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military, I joined Knox Pro, because I needed something to focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. A lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life coming from the life of the military. I'm an American soldier that suffers from PTSD. Being in front of a crowd, it doesn't give me as much anxiety and aggression as I thought it would.
So now that's the propaganda going around about who Psycho Stu is. I'm a veteran myself, and people are definitely up in a rampage over what has occurred, right? With Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, doing what he did to this guy, where again, people, when you watch the beer can incident, it seemed like Psycho Stu was setting up a scenario for the camera and being an entertainer, right? Being on, so to speak. And if you are an entertainer, you know what that means, being on versus being off. So he thought, hey, I see this guy, he's got cameras following him, right? He didn't know about this concussion incident from earlier. And he just used the prop can to try to generate some buzz on his channel. But he didn't know that Raja was a psycho lunatic. Okay. And Jason said, oh, this kid is going to get cooked 100%. Now, Jason, I'm gonna see if I can find your video and respond to what you said here. Let me see if I can. Okay. It wasn't a video, it was an audio. I think I can play it. Let me see if I can get it up here. Because it'd be difficult for me to respond. How can I get it up without doxing anything? Yeah, I can't bring it up without doxing. Let me see if let me know if y'all can hear it actually. Let me do this here. Let me move this over here. and come back. I'm gonna see if it can be heard. No, it can't be heard. Hey, Jason, it'd be difficult for me to play it and have this going without messing up the flow of the show because there'll be a lot of silence. But I can't download it and play it. Maybe I can play it like offline and then do a response in a different way. So you just gave me some content. You just gave me some content. But y'all let me know, was Rampage Jackson's son justified in what he did, or is he gonna get some jail time because he went entirely too far? That's what I believe. I think he went too far. I think it started where he understood that what he was doing was going to be a show. And then at some point, something flipped in his head and he just decided to take it entirely too far. At this point here, where he had him up, I want you to take a look at this. You can see Psycho Stu in on it, right? And I'm gonna share the screen here. This, and then get back over to the screen share. You can see Psycho Stu being in on it, right? He's in on it. You know, this is it. They're doing this in a manner that they know how to protect themselves. And then Rampage's face initially didn't even look like, not Rampage, Raja's face didn't look like he was going to go off. He just like he had a regular face. And then next thing you know, something just clicked and he snapped. And even in the follow-up video where he's he's walking and talking, there's a lot on the video of him. He's panting, he's breathing hard. You could tell like the adrenaline is starting to wear off, and he's just like, and this is like several minutes later, and somebody calls him on the phone, and apparently it was somebody who watched it. Was like, bro, you messed up big time. They're like, where are you? You messed up. You need to get off the streets. So Raja's going to jail, in my opinion. I hope he goes to jail. Jason said we could do a live later on if we want. I won't have the time to do it today because I'm about to go signing into my job. And then I got the King and Me show later on this evening. Jason said it is literally attempted murder, 100%, man. I think that you could classify it as attempted murder. I did a quick Google search earlier on what charges could occur, and because of, I think it would be difficult to prove the attempted murder part without having there needs to be some type of other evidence that shows that the guy flatlined at one point, because you can hear, oh, he flatlined and he wasn't breathing or whatnot. Well, is that documented? If that's documented, then I think that you could get a district attorney to be able to make that work and make that stick. But if you don't have it documented, I don't know how you could charge somebody on some he said, she said stuff. You could certainly charge them for assault. I think by any definition of assault, you can get them on the assault charge. But attempted murder, I don't know. Not a legal expert. But overall, just interesting in general. To the people that tuned in live, thank you. To everybody that's going to watch the replay, I appreciate you as well. There's a like button on the platform that you're watching this on. Do me a favor, hit that like button. I am the actual King Smith. I will be back on tomorrow morning for a Monday morning live stream talking about something different. Take care. Peace.
Yeah. Huh. Trumpets blare the golden call. A throne awaits, I rise so tall. Drums like thunder shake the hall. Oh. Royal robe, I wear the weight. Diamonds cut the night, no debate. Heavy is the head, but I'm feeling great. Crown me king, crown me king. Horns will shout, let the kingdom sing. Crown me king, crown me king. Bow to the sound, feel the power I bring. Crown me. Going up and going music. So rude you think you shoulda knew it. Boys puffing at them, push it, do it. Yeah. Cause it's what I roll for. Buried through the missions roar. Wonder when I even know.